Alright, now you're going to work on the bolt and the little housing for it. Now, this is off like an old parade rifle, but if we didn't have this, we'd be making our own, so I know it's possible. It's just very difficult. What we're going to do is take a chisel and kind of cut this into here and kind of recess it in there just at a slight angle so that whenever when you look at it, it actually lines up with the barrel in the front. And yeah. Cool. Alright, we've made a lot of progress on our rifle now. It's all sanded down. Looks good. Now we're at the point to where we need to shape this part right here. This is all nice and straight. It needs to have a little bit of round to it, because you know what part on the gun is straight. And also we're gonna take a little bit off of this and kind of give it that pinched feeling like it's going to the bolt. And we're also going to shape the front end and put the barrel in just a little bit later. Now, there's not a whole lot of technical stuff left to do on this gun because we've already taken care of most of it. Now, we have the parade rifle bolt assembly, which I don't know, we just came across. It's one of those toys you could buy, a little bitty rifle. It's about yay long and just has a little bitty bolt on it. And what I've done is I put a wooden dowel inside, give it a little bit more weight, and then there was a hole previous here, and that's where you put the bolt through, and the wood helps it and keeps it in there. And
put the bolt in the bolt.
Haha, real funny, real funny.
I liked it.
And what we did is, remember how we said we were going to recess the bolt so it had kind of a downward angle? If you can see, we've chiseled out more in the bottom in this portion than we have up here, so when it sits kind of into the gun now, opposed to being flat like this, which would look stupid because that means that your bullet would be going to nowhere. So it actually kind of has the realistic feel of a downward motion. Now, we just attach those with some screws going this way. Guess I can do that real quick. I guess I'll show you the whole thing. We also, depending on how you put this together, it could be totally different. You may have to make your own bolt, your own housing. Now, also, on top of this little piece, I cut a tiny piece of metal and did a pop rivet, which, if you don't know what a pop rivet is, they're these guys. The most amazing thing that you can ever mess with. You don't have to mess with nuts, bolts, anything. You just drill a hole, and you put one of these in it, depending on how long it needs to be, and you take a gun, or I guess, I don't know, rivet gun, and you, oh, there goes one out of there, and you just clip it on and you pull it, and it pulls through and it expands, and it holds the two pieces of metal together. You're never going to get them off again. That's how they put, like, you know, old school planes together and stuff. But yeah, those are awesome. We use those a lot. And then what we did, this is important for later. Now, what I did here, this is pretty sweet. I guess I probably should unscrew this to show you the lowdown.
You hear fireworks in the background, dude.
Yep, it is the 3rd. I love the 4th of July. It's the best holiday next to Christmas.
Next to Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I think Christmas is in the lead for me.
No, well. Alright, first things first. We took a, I can't even think of the name.
L bracket.
L bracket, golly. It's kind of late. Took an L bracket, cut it to the length of the height we wanted to right here, so it sits right here. Alright, and drilled a hole where this guy is, and set it right there, and we have a gigantic, awesome little driver bit that goes all the way into there, so I can screw it in there and get it nice and tight, just because I'm awesome. And then we took 2 pieces of steel. One is a little bit thinner in width than the other, and I know they're put on there goofy, looks like I did a crap job, but that's how the scope sits. So yeah, and then we just riveted those together, riveted the L bracket to it, so when that sits in there, it now sits above and just rests right there, and have a little bit of space in there, and it sits above there. And the reason why I didn't attach anything to here is that 1, we'd never get it off, and 2, we would never be able to put the scope on or off, so you can actually change out your scopes. Now, most stores will sell sight rails that'll fit nice in these little grooves but unfortunately we didn't find one for ours. We went to like 3 different places and couldn't find jack. But this guy, these metal, if they fit right in there with a little bit of filing down, slips right on there like a charm.
So basically, if you find a sight rail, kudos to you.
Yeah, no kidding. And this guy, I had to cut him. I had to modify that one just to get it on there, and it fits on there really nice and snug. And you would screw in the other parts and screw in this guy, and that's basically where it is now. It looks all nice and technical. Put that bolt in there, and yeah.
Looks pretty good, actually.
Oh yeah.
Looks good on camera.
And you would attach your bolt right there, and you could get the whole movement. And we still have to do some hello.
Nice, you didn't screw that
I
in.
forgot it's not attached. How many? That's okay. I've dropped this bolt like 4 times today. It's all right.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's battle tested.
It's battle worn.
All right. So now we just gotta do a little bit of shaping, and we'll get back to you on the next one. All right. We've done some work since you last seen this. I had the scope off right now. What we've done is we've added a custom butt plate. It's freaking awesome. What we did is we took a piece of 1.5" aluminum. You can buy that at any hardware store. Reason aluminum is, this stuff files and cuts really nice.
And it's easy to it's malleable.
There you go. SAT word. Look at that.
Yeah.
Neil's ready for college.
Woohoo!
All right, but basically we just cut this design out, and we chiseled this portion out of here. Got it just the right depth. Put it in there. Put our 2 screws, and we also are putting the bands that would hold the upper piece of wood to the lower piece. And I took the liberty of chiseling out the spot for the band. And this is a piece of 22 gauge steel, and you can buy that in sheets, sheet metal. Just metal's metal, you know. But you also have to have some pretty hardcore pliers to cut through this crap, which would be a nice pair of these. They're not really comfortable, but they do get the job done.
Yeah, it's true.
They can also cut through this aluminum, which is really nice as well. Yep. A little harder, but... And yeah, basically what we're going to do then is get this all nice and sunk down in there. Maybe drop a couple of drops of glue in there. We're going to put a pop rivet. I think I have mosquitoes all over my legs.
Talk.
Yeah, okay, I'm working on it. And I made the bottom thicker, or have more depth, because we're overlapping 2 pieces. And they'll overlap just like so. And we'll put a pop rivet, bam, done deal. Neil's also been working on the trigger and the bottom of where the cartridges would sit, that whole box mechanism. He's taken, I guess, some of the aluminum as well, cut out his shape, and this is steel in the banding. This is just temporary. We're going to pop rivet this to the bottom of the gun, just like so. Yeah, see the mosquitoes.
Yeah, this is my hair, actually.
It's going to sit right here. And it's all rough shape right now, but yeah, that's going to give it some nice added bonus to it.
Of course, the trigger guard's a little tall right now, but we're going to fix it.
Hey, it's better to have more length on this stuff
than
come up short, because that is just a pain. Like this guy, he's got some length to him. We'll cut him. He'll be good.